Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. The biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Monday Run Club it is. In 1 minute's time, I'm going to bet you that my treadmill doesn't start. Let me just get this watch going. And we need to also sort out Facebook. Yeah, no, we're all right. So it looks like treadmill is working. I'm just going to get chat up. And we have 40 seconds before we start running. There we are, Monday Run Club, fingers crossed, we're all sorted there. So, right, we are watching Facebook chat, we're watching YouTube chat, we are watching Twitch chat. And we are moving, so that's good. 20 seconds and we're off. It's 400 metre repeats, basically. Hello to my wife and hello to Monica Bernhofer. Nice to have you guys on board. And we're doing 400 metre repeats, basically just increasing the speed as we go. So let's go. Here we go. 10.5 kilometres now. Oh, I haven't put my heart rate on. I knew there was something. I knew I'd forget something. Okay, let's put the heart rate on and we'll have to catch up. So, there's heart rate. Heart rate is connected, so that's good. Right, it's a long old warm-up. Hello, Tina Beard. 2.4 kilometres of warm-up. All I have to do today is make sure that my curry doesn't repeat on me. I had chicken madras curry leftovers tonight for my dinner. And so I just need to make sure that that doesn't come up. You'll know if it does. We've got power in the bottom right hand corner, and we've got about 20 runners. John Shaw, Paul Doyle, Buenaventura, Carl, Gunnell, Holm, all running with us in Group A tonight. Jeff Scarler is in Group C, Eldorn is in Group B. Lots of recognisable names. Monica, yeah, always better the second time. It's not quite so burning hot the second time round. So I'm slowly catching up with the pack. John Shaw, Ace Ventura, Paul Doyle, all just ahead of me in that group there. So it's going to last about 50 minutes or so. We'll do 10 kilometres in all. And it's basically just 3 sets of 400 metres. And each set, you go faster. Well, for the first set, you just gradually go faster, each 400 metres. Then for the second set, we slow down, and we gradually go faster again. And then the third set, we don't slow down, we just carry on getting faster. Good to have you back with us, Buenaventura. All girls tonight. Oh, there's Carl. I was just about to say it's all girls tonight, and then Carl turned up. Hello, Carl.
Nice.
If you're dropping a ride on, thank you very much. Ryan Downey. Ryan will be running this step-by-step beginners group a little bit later on. Well, I say a little bit later, in about 10 minutes actually. So if you're a beginner runner, that's the group to join. Or if you're an experienced runner and you want to put a bit of incline on, do a nice slow run with incline, go and join Ryan's step-by-step beginners group in 10 minutes time. Carl Barron said he did this run earlier on, so every Monday Run Club happens at numerous times across the world, across different time zones. You can join any one that suits your day. So obviously this one tonight in the UK Well, they're in the middle of the afternoon in the USA, so they can't really join because they'll all be at work. So people on the east coast and the west coast of the USA, they would join Monday Run Club, happening in about 5 hours time. Right, we're now up to 11 kilometres per hour. I still don't seem to have caught up to the back of the pack. Well, there are a few runners who are just a bit ahead of the pace spot there. Carl's not been well, so it's good to have you back, Carl. Nice to see you again. Right, 1 kilometre done. 1.4 to go still of the warm-up, so we're still only in the warm-up. Gradually increasing the speed of the run until we reach our 12 kilometre an hour starting point. But essentially, the whole run is just a progressive run. Starting slow and getting quicker. So Gunnell and Lessard and Renshaw out front there with Twig as well, and Holm. Is that the Finland flag that Holm is wearing there? Gunnell from the US, from the UK, Lessard from Canada, Twig from Malta, Renshaw from the UK. Renshaw says his guy won't run in a straight line. No, they don't these days. Right, we're back up with John Shaw now. And yeah, Holm, I think that's the Finnish flag, isn't it? No, the Finnish flag is white and blue. Right, who can tell me what that flag is? Please. Blue with a red cross with yellow edge to the red cross. Iceland, yes, that sounds about right, Kevin. Thank you. Kevin gets the points and the prizes. If there were any prizes, Kevin, you would get them. So up to 11.4 now, heart rate 125, so not too bad, nice and comfortable. A lot less stress than yesterday morning. So that says 11.4, so we're following the instructions to the letter now that we've caught up a bit. Up we go again. Tina Beard says, brilliant run yesterday, by the way. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, I wanted to do a nice, speedy half marathon, but do it comfortably. So, trying to keep my heart rate in zone 3 and not go up to zone 4. And I managed it, apart from at the end when I decided to go a bit quicker and then obviously it did go into zone 4. But yeah, managed to get a 1.5 hour half marathon in with comfortable heart rate. So that's good. Looking good for an attack on a marathon PB at some point, hopefully. But we'll see. Conditions have always got to be right for these things. Very rarely does everything fall into place at the right time for you to do a marathon PB. So I'm not counting any chickens. Especially with COVID around, you never know what's going to happen. Carl, I'm 12th at the moment on the list. I can see you, and I can see that you're 9th, yes. John Shaw is 10th, 11th, and then Crisp is 10th, and then you're 9th. I can see you. So I don't know what's happened with me. That has happened before, actually. I remember one run, not so long ago, where none of us could see each other. So we're heading out from the Italian village across to the volcano. 300 metres to go to the end of the warm-up, and then so John Shaw can't see me either. Weird. Well, I'm definitely on the list. Stealth Stephen, yeah. Carl says, I'm a Stealth Stephen today. I don't know why I'm not there, but there we are. I can see you guys, no problem. Yeah, strange bugs. The thing is, I can prove I was there because I've got a video of it. How do I know you guys are really there? That's the big question. Have you taken the blue pill or the red pill? It's all a mystery, an enigma. Oh, thank you, John. Cheers. John says, brilliant half yesterday. Right, here we go.
Nice.
Okay, let's go.
So 12 kilometres an hour now for 400 metres, and then we just slightly increase every 400. I'm quite happy staying in 13th position. So heart rate is 130, but we're still only a couple of kilometres, 2.5 kilometres into the run, 7.5 to go, just under. Okay, Monica says, who likes the Wahoo armband for their heart rate? I've had a bad time with the ticker pairing. Yes, I think quite a few people like the armband. But if you've had... Is this the ticker armband you're talking about, the new one? I haven't got one, so I can't speak from experience. But I think most people are quite liking the armband. Carl says we're sticking together pretty well. Yep. Right, Buenaventura's just written something I don't understand. He's obviously... So, typing while running is always difficult. And usually you can make out what people are trying to say. But I don't know what I'd replace hoy with. Okay, yes, Monica's had a bad time with the chest strap. And is thinking of going with the armband. Paul Deering says, I have the ticker armband and no issues whatsoever. Yeah, I've only heard good things about it, Monica. So go for it, try it out. My worry was always that it would slip down my arm. But people seem to say, no, it's not a problem. Right, 3 kilometres done, 7 to go of Monday Run Club. Oh yeah! Yes, Renshaw, we are all zigzagging down the road. Okay, up we go to 12.2 now. Monica says, good to know I have very small arms. Not like a T-Rex. So, Buenaventura and me are wearing the same T-shirts. The only difference between me and Ace is that he is brave enough to acknowledge his grey hair. I, however... I'm not there yet. I've still got myself with brown hair. Stephen Smith, hello buddy. It's relatively cool in the shed quarters tonight. I haven't got the fan on. John Shaw says he's just clocked 500 miles on Zwift. Nice one, John. Well done, buddy. Okay, so here we go up the next step. 12.3 kilometres an hour coming up.
Let's go.
Haven't got my camera angles on. Do you think I should try and put them on? I thought they would be on actually. I haven't turned them off, I don't think. Oh, I know what's happened. Right, let's see if the camera angles work now. Mike Hoy says ticker armband is great, accurate, consistent, awesome battery life, super comfortable and stays up. Good to know. Good to know. I can't buy another heart rate strap because I've just bought a chest strap, which is ridiculously expensive. So I definitely can't be buying any more heart rate monitors. Monica says she's like a T-Rex when she swims. Paul Ramby says, don't know if it's at my end, but the last two live streams having been clear on YouTube. When you say, you mean not clear? Try and explain a bit more, Paul, about what you mean. That'd be good, because I always need feedback to let me know how the streams come out at the other end. So I'd be grateful if, just let me know what you think. Just explain that last one a bit more. And if anybody wants to see... Oh, blurred. Okay, yes. Right, there might be a reason for that. I have found that my camera here, my main camera, has been getting steamed up. Because it's cold outside, but it gets warm in the shed when I sweat. There's condensation on the screen. And yeah, I've found that the main camera is steaming up a bit. But if it's the whole stream, then that might be your end, because it's clear from this end, from the stream point of view, I think. But I will have a look on YouTube and double check. Yeah, it could well be just condensation on the screen, Paul. What? How about go and have a look at Twitch? David Buckingham says it's clear as day on Twitch. So I don't know. Buenaventura's just reached level 15. Good for you, buddy. Well done. Okay, here we go. Up another one. So this is our final increase in pace now, before we drop it down again. Just have a look at the stats. $5,229 kilometres run on Zwift for me. I'm not sure what that is in miles. Somebody did put it up just now, but 3,000 and something miles. But that's still nowhere near Marcus Holmes and somebody else whose name I forget now. There are a couple of other runners who are on around 10,000 kilometres or miles. I think it might be miles, 10,000 miles on Zwift. Running, that is. That's all, John. I'm not like these crazy people like Marcus Holmes are on it 3 times a day. I do run outside sometimes. In fact, I checked my Strava the other day to see how much I run on Zwift and how much outside. And for the last few weeks, it's around about 50-50. So half of my running is outdoors and half is on Zwift. Stephen Smith. Right, my only 2 pieces of advice for blisters are shoes and socks. Get shoes that fit properly. You need to experiment with lots of different kinds of shoes to see which ones work for you over long distance. so that you're not getting hot spots in particular areas that could blister up or cut. And socks, merino wool socks, or just try out lots of different kinds of socks, because you'll find some that will rub more than others. Cheap socks are not good. Get decent socks, and that's my only advice for blisters. I don't tend to suffer with blisters very much. I'm quite lucky. But yeah, shoes and socks basically. And Tina Beard likes blister plasters. Paul Deering's just reached 5,000 kilometres tonight. Well done, Paul. Good job. He is catching me up, yeah. And we are 5k and halfway round now. Halfway round Monday Run Club. That's gone in a flash, hasn't it? Stephen said that started that. He said that was a strange question, but that's not a strange question at all, Stephen. Very, very common question. Yes. So if you're wearing like those casual Nike socks, get yourself some proper running socks. Spend, you know, £10-15 on a pair of socks. Couple of pairs for Christmas, Stephen. Right, here we go again with another increase in pace to 12.1. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, Victoria says Injinji toe socks all the way for blister prevention. The only thing I've heard against Injinjis, the lighter ones, well, in my experience, the thinner ones do tend to go through quite early, so they won't last very long. The thicker ones are good, but some people have said that the thicker ones, if you've got quite wide feet, your shoes will then crush your toes. So you need to have feet that will accommodate the extra material between your toes, so your toes don't feel crushed in your shoes. It's fine for me, I've never had a problem with it. But my running buddy Richard doesn't use Injinjis for that reason. Okay, Paul's had a little look on his iPhone. It seems to be working all right there. Good job, Paul. But thanks for the feedback. It's always useful to just, you know, let people check how it's going, how it's looking, so I can make any changes mind if I need to. And to be perfectly fair, as everybody who's a regular here will tell you, it usually is my fault. Right, well, the camera angles don't seem to want to play ball today, do they? So we just won't worry about the camera angles. Okay, Carl sized up his shoes 6 years ago and he runs in Esperion Thorlos. Nice. Yeah, Stephen, Injinjis. I use Injinjis. Anyone else got any socks that they use regularly that are good at preventing blisters or just comfortable? Anything made of merino wool is a good choice, Stephen. Merino wool. Oh, Darren, you're always getting ill, mate. You need to chill out and relax. Get yourself well. Too many colds and flu-y symptoms going on. It's going from that hot environment in Malta to Poland, where it's freezing cold. Korsvig on Twitch says craft sportswear. make high quality running socks my personal favourite. Okay, there's another recommendation, Craft Sportswear. Oh yes, Darn Tough, that's another good one. Darn Tough. They're a really good make. Not that I've worn them, but I know a lot of people do wear them and like them a lot. Okay, here we go with another pace increase now to 12.3. And it only gets faster now. There's no more slowing down now. It just goes faster and faster. And here we come up to 6 kilometres as well.
Nice!
Oh, it looks like I missed out one of the increases. Ha! Never mind. I was too busy talking away there. Let's catch up with the guys a bit. Nice hot shower, Darren, and bed early for you, my friend. Right, John Shaw's having a go at me now. Says it's not like you to not look at the instructions. Yeah, I know. All right. Jeez. Oh, right through a bunch of cyclists, knocking them all out of the way. Okay, making our way through now. Less than 4 kilometres to go of Monday Run Club. And that's another pace increase, 12.4 now. There we are, there's the treadmill on the screen. 12.4 kilometres now, no incline, 0% incline. I know a lot of these guys are running at 1%. Good on you. I don't want to make my treadmill running harder than it already is. So I'm happy to stick at 0. No early morning Zwifts, I don't think. Not this. Well, maybe Friday. Maybe, we'll see. Mostly evening runs this week on Zwift. Darren, so what have you actually got? When you say a bike console, is that a smart trainer? Or have you got a kind of completely smart bike, a whole bike unit? As long as you've got something that will get your speed or your power numbers into Zwift, just like running. So you've either got a smart turbo trainer, which sends power to Zwift over Bluetooth, or you've got a speed and cadence sensor for your bike that sends your speed to Zwift. And that's all you need. Yeah, so that should just pair up with Zwift in the same way that your FootPod does. Oh, okay, so apparently I've now appeared on the list and am visible. That is weird. Okay, just over 3 kilometres left now. So this is the end of set 2. And so we start set 3. And there's no slowing down. In fact, it gets significantly quicker now. So whereas the jumps were 0.1, they're now up to 0.3 of a kilometre every 400 metres. Okay, here we go. Oh. Have I not been following the instructions again? Oh, there we are. I've gone too early. Ah. Yeah, and now Carl can see me as well. Says, yeah, there you are. Yeah, so just turn it all on, Darren. Turn Zwift on, go to the bike pairing screen and pair as a power meter. Pair the power meter and the controllable trainer and that should work. Right, here we go to 12.8 now. I jumped the gun a bit earlier. Cheers, buddy. Darren likes the look of my heart rate. Yeah, trying to keep it nice and low these days. Getting a lot of slow miles in. A lot of long, slow miles. And hopefully that helps with the harder efforts, keeping your heart rate nice and low. Oh yes, Paul's earrings, correct. You will need a subscription, so you will need to pay after your free trial. And the free trial isn't very long, it's only 50k, I think. Stephen Smith says, who has the most miles on Zwift? Well, running is somebody called Marcus Holmes. Marcus has well over 10,000 miles on Zwift. Well over 10,000 miles on Zwift. So, by comparison, you know I'm on Zwift almost all the time, but I'm still only on about 3,200 miles. David Buckingham. The way to lower your HR is to increase the volume of miles that you do in a week. So, more mileage, but a lot slower. So, just run really, really slowly. And I'm talking about doing, well, David, tell me your 10 kilometre PB. Tell me your 10k PB. Hello, Xander.
Nice.
Okay, coming up to 2 kilometres left of Monday Run Club now. Heart rate 136, and we're running at 13.1 kilometres per hour, but it is going to get faster now. So we're just waiting for David Buckingham to tell us his 10k PB or his best time for 5 or 10k. So that's 500 calories burned on this run approximately. There you go, that's a good explanation from Darren. Take your max heart rate and take 50 BPM off. That's a decent way to look at it, yeah. I mean, I would even go slower than that sometimes. I think the way to look at it is when you run slower, your body creates a lot more what are called mitochondria and capillaries, and they're basically responsible for storing and transporting oxygen and glycogen throughout the body to the muscles. And the more you have of them, the greater your VO2 max, the greater your aerobic capacity will be. And the most efficient way to create them is to run slowly. Okay, good job, Ace, and anyway, well done, buddy. Yeah, and Leo makes a good point as well, slow twitch, fast twitch muscle fibers. So you want to activate those slow twitch muscle fibers. And again, you do that by slowing down. Well, Stephen, outside, the surface that's going to do most damage is concrete. And so if you can avoid concrete, then great. Tarmac is slightly more forgiving, but if you can get out on the trails, all the better. Running on soft trails, grass, will always have less impact on your legs, on your knees, on your hips, on your back. Okay, so we've now got 3 sets left. 14 kilometers an hour, 14.3, and then even though it says 400 meter cool down, we all know it's 15 kilometers an hour. Yes, Darren, but I've had a lot of success, you know, with lowering my heart rate, running even slower. So zone 1 running, not even zone 2, but zone 1 in recovery mode. I found that's really beneficial. Helps me to run a lot more miles and does seem to have brought my heart rate down. It is Darren's job. He knows what he's talking about. Thank you, Tina. I mean, it is you guys that make this stream interesting. It's the conversations that we have, the questions that people ask, the subjects that are brought up, and that's what makes it an interesting thing to be involved in. I love it when you comment like this, guys. It's good, really good. Yeah, Leo's right about treadmill running as well being softer on the feet and the ankles, the knees and the hips. Treadmill running is a much more forgiving surface than tarmac. I hope you're writing all this down, Tina. There will be a quiz at the end. Xander says it's far more entertaining if you have tech issues. Yeah, I know. You all love to see me crash and burn. Right, guys, we're not far off the end now. About 500 metres left. Okay, here we go. This is the cool down. But of course, we know it isn't. 15 kilometres an hour. Here we go. Tina is doing a spreadsheet as we speak. $300 metres to go. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift Running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. There we are, all done. Carl says, thanks all, Monday Run Club. Good run today, John Shaw says. Well done, everybody. Leo, I like that, but I'm not reading it out. Okay. That is Monday Run Club done and dusted for the day. We are out of here, going to have a shower and nice and early to bed. Ryan Perring is out there with Ryan Downey running the step-by-step beginners run at the moment. Kathy McManus is there as well by the looks of it. So well done to the step-by-step beginners group who are also running at the moment. Tina Beard says, well done all. Carl says, thanks everyone. We'll be back on tomorrow. So tomorrow, Victoria is going to do workout number 6 of Zwift Academy Run. So she'll be on at 5 p.m. UK time. So 5 p.m. UK time for Victoria, running the Zwift Academy 6 workout, and then I will go on immediately after that, and I'm just going to do a very easy 10k, one of my data collection 1 hour 10ks. So 10 kilometers an hour, running 10k in 1 hour tomorrow. That'll be about 6 o'clock. So 5 p.m. to watch Victoria run the Zwift Academy workout 6, and 6 p.m. for me doing a 1 hour dull as ditch water 10k. But at least we'll have time to chat. It won't be an interesting run, but we'll have time to chat. The interesting bit again will be making sure that I don't go over 120 BPM. Keep my heart rate nice and low if I can. So that's your job tomorrow, is to make sure you keep my heart rate below 120 BPM. And that'll be very nice for that 10k run in the morning, tomorrow evening. So until then, guys, have a great evening today, or a great day if it's daytime where you are, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.